A warm welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. Today we have a whiskey from a distillery which just 2 or 3 years ago changed proprietors. That's the Tormore distillery in the Speyside, a wonderful distillery built in 1957, 1958, so quite a late distillery. And it's built in a very classical style, wonderful arches, wonderful copper ornaments. So it looks very, very beautiful, has a wonderful garden beside. So it's a gem in the Speyside, completely different to all distilleries you find there. And here the Tormore distillery had a past where there hadn't been many single malt whiskies on the market. Most went into the blended whiskey industry, was part of a mega corporation. And the independent bottler Signatory Vintage, they got hands on a cask within 9 years of age, and they bottled it with 100% or 100 proof. 100 proof in the old imperial proof system had been 57, some people say 57.1 ABV, and 3% ABV more, so 60.1 would have been 105 proof. So 5 proof for 3% ABV. And here we have 57.1, so this is not a cask strength, this is a high proof. Yeah, that's the difference. And this whiskey matured in first fill Oloroso sherry butts and bourbon barrels, and it is very attractive in the price. It's 45 euros 90 cents here in Central Europe, and depending 1, 2, 3, probably 5 euros more in other countries if your alcohol taxes are higher than here in Germany. And this has 57.1, so alcohol content matters in the price. Yeah. So this is distilled in 2015 and bottled in 2025. So it's not 10 years because the months do not fit. So it's just 9 years of age, and they are so fair to tell us that it's 9 years and not 10. So Tormore 100 proof, number 45. I think 45 is the bottle in this series, in this proof series. So it's not the first one, the first batch, so to say, but the 45th batch. They are all very attractive in the price, but you have to dilute it. So 57.1 is definitely nothing for your throat and your tongue. Yeah, first Oloroso aromas. And I had been in the Tormore distillery once, and there are 2 rows of huge stills there, so they produce, or they are able to produce a lot, and they deliver to the blended whiskey industry. Sorry. And the taste of the Tormore is, not that well known because there hadn't been so few original bottlings. I remember a bottling which had been, I think, 10 years of age. There had been 3 from that mega corporation, 3 different distilleries with each 10 and 15 years old. Yeah, something about that. It's too long, it's 2 decades ago. Yeah. Fruity, intense, but the alcohol is not that present. So there's a lot of aroma from the sherry cask and the bourbon barrels, so that the alcohol doesn't shine through. Typically 57 ABV or 57.1 ABV is very intense and will lead to an alcoholic smell. Not this one. Fruity, dark fruitiness, even 9 years of age. So the sherry definitely shows its influence. little sweetness on the nose. Definitely there's no sugar in it, no, but it's remembrance of sweetness. Yeah, and now I have to dilute it a little bit to come down below 50. So here we go. Big marks, big legs. Yeah, and it opens up. More Oloroso sherry, definitely. And some spicy notes showing through. Might be a European oak cask. We will see if I taste it. And might be more than one cask, because it's a 100 proof and not a single cask. Yeah, cheers. Broad, massive, juicy sherry cask. And spiciness in the back. More than I would say from an ex-bourbon barrel. 9 years in ex-bourbon barrel, and this spiciness, I doubt. Probably a little bit more from some European oak influence. I don't know how many casks or how high the percentage of Oloroso sherry casks is in this mixture. I don't know. But it's not bitter, so might be European oak as well in the sherry casks. Yeah, so this one is massive, and for this price, 46 euros here in Central Europe, this is a bargain. Can't tell other thing. Yeah, this is very, very good. You're able to dilute a lot so that you get a full liter of a sherry cask matured, or also sherry cask matured single malt whiskey from a quite unknown distillery. But the content really shines, and it's a very, very good price to value ratio. Yeah. That's it for today. Catch you next time.